Thousands of people showed they don't need phony displays of faith like Donald Trump showed on Memorial Day, holding up a Bible in front of the evangelical church. The mostly African American crowd took to the streets in front of the White House, on the newly named Black Lives Matter Plaza, and both prayed and protested after marching there from the National Museum of African American History and Culture. The peaceful protests are still going strong 17 days after George Floyd was killed at the knee of a Minneapolis police officer. Masks required. Safe social distancing enforced, commanded the organizers of the event from the NAACP branches in Alexandria's Alfred Street Baptist Church. Marshals would pause the marchers occasionally to be sure to keep the distancing between them. Alfred Street Pastor Howard John Wesley explained he and other clergy were waiting for an event that would be safe and include prayer. We were waiting for a call for something not just incensed with anger but something that integrated our faith, he said. We want to carve out something safe for teens. I was scared to let them come downtown. We wanted to teach them about protesting peacefully, he added. It's not rage or anger. God is here, and that's hopeful. By the afternoon, the crowd was praying, chanting, singing, and preaching from multiple different faiths. One of the United States' most well-known progressive clergy, Reverend William Barber II, the CO chair of the faith-based Poor People's Campaign, asked for a moral reconstruction of people of varying backgrounds and races that forces major changes instead of milder stabs at an effort. The streets aren't calling for moderate change, he said in an interview. God help us if we don't. Families were in tow as well, playing music, singing, "We shall overcome," and sharing food. They wrote messages in chalk on the streets and took a moment to observe the posters, including one that questioned how many weren't filmed. It wasn't completely peaceful by evening, with shouting between the police and some of the protesters. A large section of the crowd was drawn close to the White House with someone yelling through a microphone, "Trump, Pence out now! Trump, Pence out now!" It even included angry exchanges between black officers and the protesters. Later still, with some in costume dancing, protesters were aiming their chants at Trump. Barber delivered a sermon from the Washington National Cathedral that was being streamed to 14,000 viewers live. He mentioned the killing of Floyd as well as the higher rate of COVID-19 among minorities and the poor and noted it was consistent with history and unnecessary accepting of death. This raw truth needs to be heard, he preached. Until we face it, we can't repent, right? America, you're killing yourself. Some marchers earlier on Sunday participated in what organizers called a prayer walk, wanting to show the need for prayer to be included in their activism. Along with prayer, they also chanted the names of people who have been killed by police. Wesley gave a sermon with the White House in the background. Some of the protesters expressed more optimism than they felt a few weeks ago. They were also encouraged to see legislation to reform policing. A vendor sold "I Can't Breathe" masks. Stacey Roy, of Bowie, Maryland, sang in the square, ending with the old spiritual, "Oh Freedom." This wasn't her first time near the White House. She was a backup singer at former President Barack Obama's first inauguration. She felt the need to sing on Sunday in front of the White House and arrived with her husband and 3 children. She asked a police officer if she was allowed to sing, something that many would think to be an odd question. The police officer told her, "We still have the First Amendment." "I feel so free," she said when she finished singing. "I literally still have goosebumps. I feel so free."